Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with another competitive Pokemon Sun and Moon moveset video guide analysis on how to use Decidueye. Now, Decidueye is grass and ghost type. Really cool typing, giving it an immunity to normal and fighting, and also resisting some key types like ground and water. On top of that, electric and grass. Now, I actually very much like this Pokemon when it was revealed. I think Grass Ghost is a really cool combination. Obviously, we have Gourgeist and Punkaboo, Trevenant, and whatnot already having this typing. But the Decidueye actually has some really decent stats: base 107 attack, base 100 special attack, base 100 special defense, and then pretty below average base 75 defense and speed. I have no idea why they didn't give this Pokemon more speed, especially because I mean it's an archer, man. Like, I don't know, give it some more speed. Anyway, I have a few sets here that I made with my boy PK. A lot of them I've tested myself and used them. I just wanted to give PK a shout out because some of them he did make with me, and I want to give credit where it's due. But Decidueye does have a healing ability which is not released right now, which is long reach. And basically this Pokemon's attacks do not make contact with the target. So if your opponent has rough skin and whatnot, or iron barbs, and let's say you touch them with Leaf Blade or anything like that, you're not actually making contact. So you won't be taking the extra damage, which is pretty cool on some sets such as Swords Dance or Choice Scarf and whatnot. As we'll keep talking about them, I'll explain how it's pretty cool. But yeah, the fact that you just don't touch them is really nice. You won't be taking that chip damage. So there's a few sets we have here because the Decidueye does have some cool moves in its arsenal. You can use Long Reach over Overgrow when it is released. I just want to say that Overgrow isn't too useful except when it's on like an SD offensive set, and even then Long Reach is very solid. But the first set we have is the Pass set. The Decidueye does have access to Baton Pass and a bunch of boosting moves in its arsenal. It has Swords Dance, it has Nasty Plot, and with that you can easily sub Baton Pass that. I call this one Pass because the first one we have here is Swords Dance. This is using a special defensive nature, careful, max HP, max def, Swords Dance, Roost, Baton Pass, and the last move is Spirit Shackle. Spirit Shackle allows you to trap Pokemon such as Celesteela, while also damaging what did I say? Damaging them, but also damaging them and allowing you to set up on them. You can roost off flamethrowers, you can roost off heavy slams, you are faster, and then you can Baton Pass the Swords Dance to a bigger threat, let's say like Mega Gyarados, which takes full advantage of Celesteela's moveset, can also taunt it, and because of Spirit Shackle they cannot switch, so you can just pass that and then start Dragon Dancing up. Spirit Shackle is its signature move, by the way, if you didn't know. It's a 80 base power, physical, 100% accurate ghost type attack, and the fact that you trap them is really solid. You can also run Leaf Blade if you want to do more damage to Pokemon such as Tapu Fini, such as pretty much any water type at all. But I like Spirit Shackle a lot because it allows you to trap your opponent and use them as setup fodder. So Pokemon that would normally maybe beat you 1v1, like maybe Celesteela physically defensive can beat an offensive Decidueye, depending on Protect, depending on Flamethrower. Heavy Slam is a 2-hit KO always on the Decidueye. Even on max HP sets, Heavy Slam is 2-hit KOing without Roost. But with Roost and Leftovers Recovery, it's not 2-hit KOing you. So what you can also run on this is Sub as well. You can also Baton Pass Sub, and that allows you to basically avoid status, also just bringing that these 360, not that fat subs, but just passing subs on Pokemon such as Tapu Fini, which can't break your sub, and allowing you to get on out of there. Let's say your opponent has like a Skarmory and they go out to that because obviously it can Brave Bird you and whatnot, or even Celesteela comes in, you can Baton Pass out to Magnezone, trap it with that, Thunderbolt them. Those are just some ways you can use the Decidueye. So Nasty Plot is also an option if you do use Nasty Plot and decide to pass it. I will use obviously a special attack, but you can also use Spirit Shackle with Nasty Plot, as weird as it may sound, because again the idea of this set is if you have Spirit Shackle, it's to trap your opponent and then Baton Pass something out to something else that can take advantage of that. So you can still use Spirit Shackle even if you're using Nasty Plot. But the most success I had with this set has been Swords Dance Baton Pass because it also allows the Decidueye to work as a sort of sweeper and also as a good teammate passing to something else that takes advantage of it. Watch out when you're using Decidueye though, because Pokemon like Bisharp, Pokemon like Scarf Tyranitar, they're definitely threatening. Bisharp resists all your stabs, so your Ghost and your Grass stab, as well as Priority Sucker Punch, which Decidueye does have access to, and then it can also just knock you out with knockoff. So really be careful around Bisharp, be careful around Tyranitar. If you're looking for answers to Decidueye, those are decent answers. Next up we have Swords Dance Decidueye. Now this can either run Adamant or Jolly Nature. Decidueye does have its own Z move, the Decidueye Z, which makes Spirit Shackle turn into Sinister Arrow Raid, a ridiculously strong attack. And on top of that, like I said, Decidueye does have access to Sucker Punch, allowing it to get rid of that mediocre speed, or avoid that mediocre speed, and having that +2 Sucker Punch for Pokemon such as Latios, Latias, Gengar, all Pokemon that would outspeed you. You can knock them out with a +2 Sucker Punch with that base 107 attack. You can run Jolly. I prefer Adamant on this simply because you're doing more damage. Against Spirit Shackle, Sucker Punch, and Leaf Blade is all you need on this set. That's all I would run on the Swords Dance set. I think that's better. +2 Spirit Shackle with the Decidueye Z is knocking out Pokemon like Heatran, so it doesn't really matter if you have a move like Low Sweep in order to touch them, because Spirit Shackle is generally enough. But the idea of the set is coming on Pokemon such as Toxapex, coming on Pokemon such as Tapu Fini, scare them out, and then Swords Dance up. I would get rid of Tapu Lele before using this set, just because it avoids Sucker Punch damage due to Psychic Terrain. But either way, Scarf Tapu Lele is not knocking you out with Psychic, so you can knock it out with Spirit Shackle after that, and then proceed to do with that. But like I said, if their opponent does have a Tapu Lele, I would get rid of it before you start setting up, or before you at least start going for game with this set, because it hinders your sweep due to the fact that Psychic Terrain blocks Sucker Punch. Of course, if the Pokemon is levitating like Latios and Latias, they do not avoid it, so you can still hit them with the Sucker Punch. But again, when it does have access to Long Reach, I would use it, because being able to Leaf Blade Pokemon such as Garchomp, and not taking Rough Skin, not taking Rocky Helmet, amazing for Decidueye. You're not taking any unnecessary chip damage. So Swords Dance set uses it more as sweeper. You can run Adamant or Jolly. I would run Adamant just for the pure power. Jolly allows you to outspeed max speed Tyranitar, but usually max speed Tyranitar is running Choice Scarf anyway. So, or Dragon Dance Mega, and Dragon Dance Mega already outspeeds you regardless when it is a boosting nature. So I just run Adamant just for the pure power of it. Next up we have Defog Support. This mon can defog on a lot of Pokemon, such as on Celesteela, such as on Tapu Fini. Basically, the idea of this set is take advantage of its base 100 special defense and be able to defog away hazards. You can run Spirit Shackle as well, just to trap your opponent, that way they cannot switch out. Roost is mandatory on the set just for recovery. Defog, again, the idea of this set is to get rid of hazards, so you obviously want Defog. And the last move can either be U-Turn, but Baton Pass is also an option if you don't want to be Pursuit trapped. And by that I mean you don't want somebody to go for Pursuit for you while you're switching out and do double the damage to you. You can use Baton Pass over that just to take regular damage, and that allows you to get on out of there. But U-Turn is also an option just to damage your opponent. But Spirit Shackle, I think, is necessary. You can again use Leaf Blade over any of these attacks. You can actually use Leaf Blade over U-Turn too if you don't want to get on out of there, and that allows you to hit Pokemon such as Tapu Fini a lot harder. But again, this can defog, just because it is specially defensive, it can defog on those water types. It doesn't really care about the damage from them. And having access to Roost is really solid on a defogger. Just that longevity, giving Decidueye the ability to last longer, faster, stronger. And it just allows it to get off defog more often. Now, it does have decent enough speed at base 70 to run a Choice Scarf or Choice Band set. This set right here will be Choice Scarf or Choice Band. You can run either or on this set. This is why it's called the Choice set. But you can run Choice Band or Choice Scarf. This is faster than Pokemon like Scarf Magnezone, which you can U-turn out of there. Leaf Blade, Spirit Shackle, U-turn are your most damaging moves. Spirit Shackle is really cool, especially when you pair it with Magnezone, because you actually stop Skarmory from coming in, or Celesteela. When they come in on Spirit Shackle, then you can hard switch into your Magnezone and just trap them and help Decidueye later on, or even help other partners for a late game. The last move can either be Brave Bird, which allows you to damage bug types like Buzzwole for the KO because it is 4 times effective, but you can also run low sweep, and what low sweep does is, though it is pretty weak, it allows you to deal with Bisharp, which otherwise walls are set. U-turn is there just for momentum, but you can run Choice Band or Choice Scarf on this set, either or. Jolly allows you to, again, outspeed Adamant Mamoswine, Adamant Dragonite, Adamant Bisharp, Pokemon like that. You can also speed tie with Jolly. You also outspeed Adamant Breloom as well as just non-max speed Megatar. But though if you're Choice Scarf, obviously you outspeed that. But just support Tyranitar as well. And if you're a Choice Band, you can hit them with that Leaf Blade and whatnot. Spirit Shackle, Low Sweep respectively. Brave Bird, like I said, is also just an option as well because it hits the bug types that are running around in the tier. But it can definitely run a solid Choice Scarf or Choice Band set just because of its decent speed tier. It's not the worst speed tier, just because of its decent speed tier. And it takes advantage of the fact that it has U-turn as well. So next up we have Nasty Plot. This will be more of a Nasty Plot bulky offensive set. Because you're running Nasty Plot, I don't think running speed is that necessary. You're going to want to take hits from Tapu Fini because you can Nasty Plot up on them. You're going to want to take hits from Rotom, Pokemon like that. So alternatively, you could run a spread that outspeeds, or at least speed ties, that outspeeds Pokemon like Landorus. So you can run something like this, around 220 speed and then 76 HP. This would outspeed Landorus, min speed defensive Landorus. You can Nasty Plot, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball them, Roost up. But I think a more I think a bulkier spread is the way to go with this, allowing you to take multiple hits from Pokemon such as Tapu Fini, from Rotom and whatnot, even from Landers who aren't packing knockoff, and just Nasty Plot up. Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Roost, just using your 2 stabs and being more of a Nasty Plot sweeper. And next up, we just had some other options. You can run Grassium Z, get the Bloom Doom, if you want to run that on Swords Dance, if you want to run that on Nasty Plot as well. Stronger grass type attack. Haze is also an option to stop like Calm Mind Tapu Fini, for example. You can get rid of its Calm Mind boost and break it down with Leaf Blade. Toxic is an option as well. If you want to be able to wear down Pokemon such as Tapu Bulu, and you can Roost up on them and Toxic Roost them. Though, be careful, Wood Hammer, Choice Band in grassy terrain hits hard. It hits hard, man. It doesn't matter if you resist, it hits hard. And Grass Knot's also an option. I like Energy Ball better on the Nasty Plot set because it hits Pokemon such as Rotom, such as Manaphy harder than Grass Knot, but Grass Knot hits Pokemon such as Hippowdon, so the bulkier Pokemon for more damage. But in any case, guys, this is going to be the Decidueye moveset analysis video. Hope you guys learned something. If you did enjoy, feel free, of course, to leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Links are down below. There's a playlist. Sorry, I'm like stumbling on my words. There's a playlist down below if you want to check out any of the previous moveset video guides and whatnot. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with the Decidueye Showcase. Goodbye, friends.